And welcome to another Zwift race commentary, and today we have the Tiny Race 104 by the Zwift Tiny Race series, and it's a relatively short race. It's around 5 kilometers or 5.5 kilometers on the route Bridges and Boardwalks. And the route is mostly flat, and it has 3 sprint points, and the race that we're doing will actually finish on the second sprint point. And even if it looks basically completely flat, unfortunately it's an uphill sprint finish. So the power up that we will have for the race is a feather. And of course, it is essential to actually keep the feather as long as possible, that you have it still available when you are on the hill. We have a medium-large group, I would say, today, with around 70 people or 73 people. So as always in the tiny races, my aim is basically stay as long as possible with the front group and then try to finish in the top 50% of the race. Top 30% is the stretch goal, I would say. So that would be in this case around 25th place. And that is usually my target, because I'm not a strong enough sprinter to be able to do anything great when it comes to ranking in the tiny races. The Tiny Races is a race series of 4 races that happens twice on Saturdays in the morning and around lunchtime. This is the morning race series. So we have 4 races that each last around, I would say, 7 to 10 minutes. And then you have a 5-minute break, and then the next race starts. So it's basically 4 times really high intensity workouts with a relatively short duration, but most of them are done around or above FTP. As you can see, there was a few people already with a similar jersey than mine. So we have a few people from the Dragons team racing today, but most of the guys are, I think, racing on the Zwift Racing League. So it's a relatively small field from our team in the race. You can see that my average so far is around 330, which is below my FTP, and that is mostly because it is a really flat run-in. So you can basically enjoy a little bit more the draft, and then try to save whatever you can save until you reach the incline where we will have the finish. So the tiny races, I can really recommend them. They are great type 2 fun, I would say. You can really push yourself really hard in the races. You can try to stay in the front, go for some breaks. It is, as I said, it's always 4 races. I usually don't manage all 4 of them, because it's just so hard, and I'm just not on a level that I can do 4 good races in this kind of efforts. So as you see, I moved the camera a little bit to give maybe a little bit better perspective. You can let me know if you prefer this or the side perspective. But still trying to experiment a little bit. I sometimes stream the whole tiny series, because it's fun to chat a little bit with people in between. But so I'm a little bit too close to the front for my favor, for my preference here. I should be staying in around like 10th, 15th, 20th position, so you may be able to react to some of the movements that are happening in the front, but you're not catching all of the wind. Because I know that compared to the strong guys here in the race, I'm average. Not more, not less, somewhere around average when it comes to the racing. I'm racing in the so-called advanced category, and in Zwift Racing there is basically there used to be the 4 or 5 different levels, where you have Cat A, Cat B, Cat C, Cat D. But then they changed it to racing scores, and now you have basically 3 different levels. You have the range 1, the range 2, and the advanced category. And if you have a racing score, I think it is over 700, you have to race in the advanced category. Which this is. What is good here is you can see a lot of people are pulling their power up, their feather, which means that they will not have any feather left when we actually reach the finish line climb, which comes in a few hundred meters. So I thought that I might have a chance if I can hang on to the people now, and you can see that I'm around 50th place. That I still have my power up, so the people that actually have used their power up already, they will suffer more. And yeah, so here you can see the climb that is ahead is like only 3 to 5%, so it's not like super steep, but yeah, it's pushed really hard. We have 1.2 kilometers to go. My heart rate is already up in the 170s. The power is up to around 400 watts. So the normalized power for the whole race was 396. Out of which, yeah, 5 minutes were over 400 watts. And now you see that everybody is starting to pull the power up. I'm still holding back a little bit because I know that I will need it as long as possible, but now I also had to pull it. We only have 800 meters to go, pushing around 500 watts, and I know that there is still a sprint coming up. And I know that I'll get my butt handed in the sprint. So yeah, trying to hang on to use the draft. We're still doing 40k an hour on a 5% incline. So the draft is still really important. So good to stay behind a few people. But now with only 500 meters to go, people starting to accelerate even further. And I'm on almost 180 beats per minute, doing 500 watts, and that is, yeah, I'm getting close to my limit. And 170 RPM, so high cadence, really suffering bad. And then I try to wait a little bit until I actually start sprinting, although there's not much sprinting left in my legs after an effort like this. Yeah, hovering around 30th place. We got 250 meters to go. And now I pull out whatever I have left in the legs, see if I can still gain a few places. Doing around 800 watts, which yeah, is maybe 400 watts below what I can usually do in a sprint when I'm fresh. But yeah, if you do 5 to 7 minutes at VO2 max before, it's not really fresh what is your legs when it comes to that. But yeah, finished 26, so pretty much exactly on target. Managed to improve my racing score and my points a bit. So yeah, was a good race. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one. See you.